Hello, Ziggy Zoo here, and welcome to my first video, and a first view of the new Seraphim Station. Once I get my bearings, I'll be sharing my opinions of the station, what I've found while going around it, and how I feel about it replacing Port Olisar. For starters, as I've been exploring, I've noticed that the interior is almost identical to the other stations around Stanton. It's made from the same modular parts after all, stitched together in a different layout to provide that slightly different feel, but also the familiarity of other rest and relaxation stops. As I first come out of my habs, I notice that the elevators to the Galleria and cargo decks are very close by. I am a fan of this, as it allows me to restock, buy gear before I go out for a cave mining, cave eviction, or FPS bunker mission. The customs and claim area is also really close by, allowing me to leave faster and get to my ship, not wasting any time. This was one of my favourite things about Port Olisar, as you could just waltz out straight to your landing pad. However, the protection here, offered by the enclosed hangars, is much more amenable than the open pads, which risked your ship being blown up before you even got to it at Port Olisar. The views here are also pretty good, but they don't match up anywhere near to as good as they were before. I needed to quickly take a drink to refresh my character's hydration, but the tour will continue soon. Up next on our tour, now that I've had my drink, is the medical clinic, which, like other rest and relaxation stations in Stanton, is essentially the same. It does feel, though, to be a little bit further away than the claim area, the habs, and the other elevators than in most other stations. And I feel that's because it's down this odd corridor to the side, which I feel does add a slight quirk to the station, making it slightly different from the others. Next up, though, through these elevators ahead, are the Galleria and cargo decks. I will see you when we get there. The Galleria, so far from what I've seen, seems to be reasonably standard for most rest and relaxation stations. It's got all of the amenities you'd expect, got food, drinks, shops, even some arcade machines I found somewhere. It does, however, also have all of the original shops from Port Olisar, which is a really good memory, and I'm glad that they added them back. Moving on to the cargo deck, I did find that someone had left the movable trolleys on the stairs, so I had to find my own way up. Luckily, the ledge is low enough that you can just jump up it. Looking around the cargo deck, they've got everything standard on offer: mining tools, tractor beams, a ship rental area, and a shop you can buy cargo and mining armors from. The deck was busy as usual, and I was looking forward to using the new cargo mechanics when trading my horsey.
You are clear to launch.
Finally, I wanted to finish off with an exterior look at the station, seeing what they did with it, and whether they managed to keep the old Port Olisar feel. I pulled out my Pirate Gladius, as I didn't want to mess around with the master modes on the original Gladius. I thought I'd leave that for another day. Having a look around, first thought I was a bit concerned, as the station appears to be shooting itself with its own missiles. However, I assumed that was a design choice by Orison, to ward off pirates.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Looking around, it did seem slightly familiar to the old Port Olisar, with the rings, which I do miss sorely, bruising myself flying through. The long and flat look of the station also reminds me of Port Olisar, though the new brown colour, like the rest of the R&R stations throughout Stanton, is a little bit too different. The addition of the military docking ports down here, or dry docks, I'm not really sure what they are, added in a place for the UEE to project its force throughout the Crusader system. As I was flying around and enjoying the station, the temptation to fly through those rings, it grew stronger, but I managed to resist as I decided to fly past the cargo area and check it out. I did become a bit distracted and almost fly into this ring, which would have been mildly embarrassing, but I managed to avoid it, though avoiding it didn't save me for long, as my temptations got the better of me. And I just thought, I should really try and fly through these rings. And so, I give you my first attempt at flying through the rings at Seraphim Station.
Proximity alert. Head.
Now that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad that they just don't kill you like they do in Port Olisar. I can't wait to try that in PU, because I reckon they'll kill you there. I hope you enjoyed that spoiler of 320, and if you're looking forward to more, I'm going to be doing a video on my first experience trading in the whole sea, the mechanics of it, and how it feels. So I will see you then. Fly safe. Ziggy Zoo out.